Good evening and welcome to the programme. First tonight, inquests into the deaths of 5 people shot dead in Plymouth got underway today. The killings happened in the Keyham area of the city in August 2021.
Families of the 5 victims gathered today for the start of 6 weeks of evidence, which will look at the circumstances of the fatal attack and the weeks and months leading up to it. Sam Blackledge joins us from Exeter Racecourse, where the coroner's court is sitting. Sam, what happened today?
Well, Ellie, this was a day that many people have been waiting a very long time for. It was a very moving and emotional start to proceedings here, and it was a day on which we got a real sense of the scale of what these inquests are dealing with. Over the next 6 weeks, the court will hear from more than 50 witnesses. They include senior police officers, firearms handlers, doctors, mental health practitioners, and representatives for organisations like the Home Office, the Independent Office for Police Conduct, and the government's Prevent programme, which supports people at risk of being radicalised by terrorism. Today, though, was about the victims. At the start, the senior coroner said today's been set aside to remind us all why we're here and to hear tributes to those who lost their lives. Some of their families were in court throughout today, and as you'll hear, they spoke very movingly about their loved ones. Almost 18 months have now passed since Plymouth found itself at the centre of one of the UK's most deadly mass shootings. On a warm summer evening in August 2021, 5 people were shot and killed by 23-year-old Jake Davison, who then turned the weapon on himself. The gunman first shot his mother, Maxine Davison, inside her home in Biddick Drive in Keyham. He then stepped outside and fired at Lee Martin and his 3-year-old daughter, Sophie. Minutes later, Stephen Washington, a father and grandfather who had been walking his dogs, was killed. Davison continued up to Royal Navy Avenue, where he shot and killed Kate Shepherd, a 66-year-old artist who lived nearby. Over the following days and weeks, as the city grieved, it became clear there would be many questions. What was Jake Davison's background? What previous contact did he have with the police and mental health teams? Why did he have a shotgun? Why was it confiscated and then returned to him? Today, in a makeshift coroner's court at Exeter Racecourse, families of those who lost their lives gathered, hoping to get some answers. The hearings started with tributes to the victims. First, a statement from Josh Davison, brother of Jake and son of the first victim, Maxine. He described Maxine as thoughtful but impulsive, reserved and quiet but creative, adventurous, a lovely woman, well-meaning and kind. He said his whole family was appalled by Jake's actions, adding, "If we had one wish, it would be that we could turn back time." Lee Martin, a carpenter and joiner at Princess Yachts, was described by his wife, Rebecca, as happy, smiley and a fun dad. Paying tribute to her 3-year-old daughter, Sophie, who died alongside her father, Rebecca said, "Sophie was a typical redhead, always in charge, fierce and unwavering. She knew what she wanted. She loved any opportunity to be active, was very keen on gymnastic sessions and totally fearless in the swimming pool." Stephen Washington's wife, Sheila, said she was still finding it hard to come to terms with his death, saying, "Never could I imagine I would lose him in such a horrendous circumstance." Finally, George Shepherd, eldest son of Kate, told the court she will be remembered as a vibrantly courageous artist, a fiercely protective mother, a loyal wife and a kind friend. She was a creative and compassionate lady with a great sense of humour. The inquests will continue into mid-February. Sam Blackledge, ITV News, Exeter. Well, today was very much an introduction to these inquests and a chance to hear about those victims. Tomorrow here, the evidence proper will begin. The court will hear from Devon and Cornwall Police's major crime team along with senior investigators, and there will also be a chance to hear from representatives of the government's Prevent programme. This looks set to be a very long and very detailed inquest hearing and a chance for the families to answer some questions.
OK, Sam Blackledge in Exeter, thank you.